Okay, I want to talk about um, that I had the live chat on, but I could not engage. I was freaking out so bad watching it.
All
I mean, because I'm like, what? I was like,
right.
I was
Uh,
all set up, I had it on my TV, and so I'm sitting there with my phone so I could do the chat on my phone. And I started watching it, and it was just like an out of body experience. It was like it was like I was watching a movie. It was like the person on screen didn't look familiar.
mhm.
Uh, my eyes twitching thinking about it. you know, People think I'm just like, oh, la di da. I just say this stuff. It's like I have been told not to talk about this stuff and to squelch it and subdue it all my life. I mean, for like 60 years. And, you know, being as out as I am because of you,
Mhm.
I just, I still get that, oh my God, I can't believe that just came out of my mouth. And oh, wow, you know, this might get me in trouble. I always feel like I'm going to get in trouble, you know,
So
what if I'm
let's
wrong?
so while you're saying that, let's stop right here for people who don't know what we're talking about. I'm Alba
Oh,
Weinman and this is Sabrina Etheridge, and we just had a video that I posted. It's number
yeah,
717. It's called
right.
Overseers of the Milky Way. And what we were just chatting about was the fact that Sabrina has been channeling, and she was
Mhm.
just talking about the fact that she has known this stuff all her life. And we did a channeling session, which was pretty profound for her.
Well, yeah.
And we wanted to discuss this with everybody because we have personal conversations about this. And we look at the comments, we read the comments, and we know that a lot of people have questions. A lot of people have doubts. And the one
Right.
that has the most doubts is Sabrina.
Yes.
So,
Because
Sabrina,
this happened when I was 8 years old. I had a near death experience that we'll discuss one day.
yeah.
And I came back channeling and discussing quantum situations. I was in a heavy Catholic household, Irish Catholic nuns all around. My mother was Roman Catholic. She's Italian. My dad was a Baptist. He was lost. But, you know, I was doing things that now people know what it is, but nobody knew in 19 mid 60s, in Mobile, Alabama, nobody discussed it. I was told, do not talk about this to people. Do not, and thing is, I had a lot of prophetic things happen along the way. And I would tell friends and stuff, I'd try to warn them. This recently happened, okay, with all this weather. That'll be in a minute. I'll talk about that. But, you know, I always feel like I'm going to get in trouble, because it was really admonished, when I was a kid. And over the years, something would happen and it would go into a public forum and I would shy away from it. I mean, I'd basically run the other way, when I do things that people went, oh my God, that all these people wanted me to, pray over their kid or something, and it was always, I was conditioned to be afraid of it,
Yeah.
and to avoid it. But I mean, you put the pot on the back burner and eventually it's still going to boil over. So that's what's happening nowadays.
Yeah.
But there's been a few things. Yeah, so I'm watching this video and I'm supposed to be engaging in the live chat because it was one of Elba's premieres. And I couldn't get to the live chat for uh, watching it because I didn't remember a lot of the things that came through. I go somewhere else. But like if I'm watching it, people don't know what all the experience involves. I did go into colors and how I see things and I get senses that all of a sudden it's full blown, it's on, but
Hmm.
um there's like when I'm going down or kind of zoning out, it looks like there I'm remembering all the things. It brings back, it's like a selective amnesia or something when I come out of it. It's like so when I'm watching the video of me on screen, for one thing, I don't even think it's me. It's almost, I really felt like I was stepping out and watching this like somebody that has never seen an Alba Weinman video before. And then I'm remembering, oh my gosh, I saw this while that was when I was doing that. Oh my God, then that information came through. And then I also have a lot of timelines blur, okay? Places blur. I keep saying I need to study more geography because Alba will ask me, um,
Where you are.
where's that? You know, what
We
you're
need
seeing a
we need to
volcano?
we need
Where
to
is it?
get
I'm
you a
like,
globe again and have
yeah.
you, yeah, we need to get you a globe when you're channeling so that you can actually point to the
Yes, I could
globe
spin it and go, it's right there. It's
right
in
there.
that area because I mean I'm naming places and I might be wrong because I really I must have slept through that class in school. I'm not really good with geography unless I've been there. But anyway, so first off with the weather, I hope everybody is using practical practices to stay safe and warm in these storms that we had. What session? I wrote it down. I had to get somebody to tell me. We had a session about 8 months ago, number 681. And thank you, whoever, which follower told me it was at 681 and it was at the 52-minute mark, started talking about the winter weather that's happening now. This was 8 months ago. And, that's another thing. I feel like if I warn them, what if I'm wrong? All the what ifs will drive you crazy. And then I warn people and they don't heed the warning, you know? And
So what is the mark again, Sabrina?
it was 50 at the 52-minute.
So I'm going to play a little bit of this, Sabrina,
Okay.
and then you could tell me what is going on, okay?
A few years ago, the message came through this channel saying that there would be more earthquakes, there would be floods, there would be things like that.
Yes.
And it has come to pass.
Yes.
What do you see in the future?
Something about snow. There's almost like, I don't know if this, I'm not going to second guess. It's almost like an ice age. All right, now just hold on a second. About the polar shifts. All right, I forgot all about that until like yesterday. I looked this up. And I had already seen after, I mean, this is 8 months ago. There was a couple of people on YouTube, Stefan Burns, who's an astrophysicist, and a geoastrophysicist. And then there's this guy, Ray's Photography. He's an Indian guy. And they both were talking about polar shifts. And that's what's causing this all the snowstorms one after another, one after another, one after another. It's very unusual. And also, but I didn't even remember saying
Okay.
anything about the polar shifts. But
So let's play this again.
Okay. I don't know if this, I'm not going to second guess. It's almost like an ice age on the top half of the earth. I thought polar shifts, but I'm seeing a ton of snow that's way past its time.
What area of the world are you seeing this in?
Top half of the earth.
The Earth. Okay, so the top of the Earth, we have North America, we have all the European countries, we have Russia. How far down do you see it going?
The top half of the earth. Places where it usually doesn't snow, it's snowing, it's sticking, it's staying. Longer winters. That's to the point of migration southward. It's going to be a big deal. But what I was seeing is happening now. Okay.
Yep.
I might have said it after that session where we discussed it a little bit, where people would say, okay, that's it. You know, we had a big snowstorm, that's it. And then here comes another one. And then here comes another one. Well, that's what's happening right now. And it's not just in the US. Russia has had heavier snow, the heaviest snow they've had in 60 years. Okay. UK is getting tons of snow. Europe is getting a lot of snow. So it wasn't exactly down to the equator, but it's coming all the way down to Florida. I mean, it's going to be ridiculous. You know, we're getting some super cold weather now. But
so Sabrina, how does that make you feel seeing or hearing yourself saying that from last year and now seeing it happen?
Well, it's like when I see these things, I don't want to be right. I hope I'm wrong. You know, and that was a pretty clear one. A lot of times it can get areas and timelines can get meshed up, like with the Hawaii thing. And it was a Vesuvius in Hawaii but they were like, where was it, the Vesuvius?
That was one of your lifetimes in Vesuvius in which you were running away with children.
Right. Oh, and Hawaii, when the fires happened, they said it was like that. I mean, for them to bring that up,
right?
I was like, oh crap, maybe that's what was going on. I was just seeing these timelines meshing. And then with this last session, let's go into that with a volcano.
Do you have the time for that one?
Volcano. That was around 1:15.
Do you want to talk about the snow or anything else, or?
No, the snow is just happening now.
Because we could start with
Well, the way that Stefan Burns explained it.
Yeah, here's a volcano.
No, he does it all. But how he explained it was because of the geomagnetic storm that was so strong that just recently hit us, and we were real lucky that it was one kind of ion and not another. I get positive and negative mixed up ions, but we would have had a total Carrington event if it would have, I mean, the grid would have gone down if it would have been the other. Okay. But what's being noticed has been noticed by Native Americans because they really watch the sky and they brought it up. But this, the photographer guy that does them, he had better pictures. He's amazing. He was talking about, he did research where all the way back to the 1500s, where our true magnetic North Pole stayed in one area. I mean, it wobbled around, but it stayed in this one area. But now it's moving about 35 miles a year towards India. Okay. That's my alert for mothers. But anyway, so that happening, because of the magnetic storm, it changed the toroidal field. So it moved the North Pole axis or Arctic axis over. Now, when that happened, we usually have winter, like this is the Earth, and it goes around like this, and the Arctic wind stays up here. But because it tilted, that's what's making this ruffle go around the world, where Arctic snow is going down here, but heat's going up here. It's just wacky. That's why the weather is so crazy all over the earth right now. Well, all over the top part of the earth.
Yeah.
So
So let me share this part right here.
Hawaii's got one erupting right now.
Erupting right now. Stop it right there.
Have another one erupt.
Okay, hold on.
That's the whole volcano
It's
thing.
not going to happen at once, but it's going to.
Okay.
Okay. I don't even know how we got around to. I saw something in the middle of California. Something, some kind of upheaval.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden I started seeing this volcano. So I'm like, I think it's a volcano, which I'm dreading saying that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went around full circle or something. And you asked about, hello, you asked about Hawaii. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the whole time I'm watching this volcano, I'm way up in the atmosphere. It's like a whole new view. And I'm watching this red coming right at me, but I know it's a lot. And I know it's going straight up very high into the sky. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're saying Hawaii. And then all of a sudden it comes out, oh, yeah, that's the one in Hawaii is erupting right now. Well, there wasn't one erupting. There one had been active, and that's the one that erupted within 12 hours of us doing this session. I mean, right after this session, it erupted, and it looked just like what I saw, but I'm seeing it from another angle. It was red. It was going straight up. They were saying like 2 miles into the sky. I mean, it's ridiculous. And that's what I saw. So that confused me, because I'm going, well, there I go with places and timelines again, but that I saw that volcano. So what does that do with the information on California? I don't know, but something big is going to happen. It's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Something's going to happen in California. I sure hope it's not a volcano, but, there's nothing I can say about that, because that's where the confusion comes in. And I know I'm working on clarifying things like that, but I'm still got a ways to go with that. But, when it comes in clear, it comes in clear. But
you
there was
saw
another
it.
one I've got to take off the coast of Hawaii, and it's underwater, and it's going to be a good size one. It won't be as big as that one, but that's coming real soon because those seemed in tandem.
Yeah.
And there was something about Alaska. I think that's another one underwater too. The Ring of Fire is waking up. And then, after the session, and I was watching this thing about the poles shifting and everything, he was talking about all of a sudden around the Ring of Fire, there's like a bunch of earthquakes, all about the same size, all around 5 to 5.9.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so I could have been picking up on that. It's like
Mm-hmm.
if we could extend a session 6 hours, we could really get into the details of this stuff, because I'm trying to take it all in all over the earth at once. That's what, I'm taking in a lot. I mean, because we're talking about aliens and earth changes and God and you know what I mean? That's a lot. It took me I was just drooling on myself for a couple of days after that.
Yeah. And I want to make sure people understand that you are getting the information first and then you are researching it later. It's not the vice versa.
Yeah, I do the homework because hell, I'm curious. Like, what does that mean? And I want to find out. It's like, because you're constantly going. I mean, I've got receipts. They tested my brain. It's normal. I went to the hospital about a year ago, and they did every kind of everything, but a spinal tap. They were going to do that, but everything came up normal. So I was like, I got to keep the receipts. So I'm constantly going, am I going crazy?
And there are a lot of people who do put comments, who do make comments that are not very nice.
Well,
and I just want to let everybody know that we read all of the comments. There are some comments that I will not put on, I will not allow on there. And those are the negative ones. Those are the ones that bring our vibration down. Those are the cynical ones. Those are things that hurt people. And those I don't allow, because the whole idea here is to keep our vibes up. And as Sabrina was told in the session, they listen to everything. Every thought matters. Every word matters. Can you expand on that, Sabrina?
Okay. That was very profound. I mean, we're emanating a light and an energy.
Yeah.
Always. That's what we do. We are an electronic frequency, and a magnetic. We got a lot of frequencies coming out of us. Okay.
Yeah.
And we have to really check and be on top of how we think and what we say, because words carry. They could take you down one path or another instantly. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it is our job as light workers to keep it on the light side. That's our job. And we need to buckle down on that right now. If not, if you haven't already, get going with that, because it's so important. I mean, it could mean the end of our world as we know it. This is what time it is.
It's a lot of responsibility.
It is a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
And it's not the easiest thing on earth. I have really had to do a lot of work on how I think, how I react, how I handle situations. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it.
It is.
I was talking to a girlfriend last night, and she gets really lost. And she's a big-hearted woman, and she cares so much that she gets lost in the drama of caring. Okay. It can happen to the best of us. And I'll give her little tips and tricks, and she'll tell me if they work or not. Right. And one that I've told her lately is like, when you get on that loop, because a woman will get on a loop, Oh, I wonder why he did that. Oh, I wonder why he said that. I wonder why didn't he say that? What should I say there? You can get real lost in that. Okay. And the big picture, that doesn't matter at all. So what you need to learn is to step back. When you feel stress levels going up, what are you thinking? Okay. When your stomach starts hurting, or you start feeling flutters, or you go, something's happening, and down deep that it's something you're thinking or something you're saying, even if you're just saying it to yourself. And that's when you need to pull back and say, I see you. I know what you are. You can just keep on moving. I'm shining my light. Address it. Move along.
Exactly.
It came to pass. It's how you react to it. And if you tell it to move along, it does. You have that power. Okay.
Yeah.
And she said she's been doing that. I see you. I see what you're doing.
Yeah. And so for those of you who have written comments that have not appeared, it's because you have gotten lost in the drama. You want to share your drama. And everybody reading that will be pulled into that vibration, pulled into your drama. And we want to share, but unfortunately, there's so many thousands of people reading this stuff, and you're sending all of that out to everybody else. So, as I was taught, and I'm sure a lot of people my age were taught, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all, okay? Because it does hurt. And ever since I started my YouTube channel, that was one of the main things that I had on my list, is that this is going to be a place where you can come, read comments, and they are kind, and they will make you feel good. It's not about tearing people down or questioning, because if you're questioning what a channel is saying, it means that you are putting them down somehow.
Or you're not ready.
You're not ready for that. Exactly.
But
That too.
this is a place for sharing, short and sweet.
Yeah.
It's not a platform for getting on your soapbox and discussing your political beliefs or proving to everybody how smart you are because you studied a whole bunch of, out there stuff that not all of us have studied.
Exactly. We're all on a different path.
We all bring something to the table, but nobody knows
Exactly.
everything. You know what I mean?
No. And one of the things that was brought up was three-eye Atlas.
Okay.
That is a thorn in a lot of people's side.
It's a thorn in my side. What the hell? I mean, I read that three-eye atlas thing. You lost me. It's like, look, this. I guess we could say it's for entertainment purposes.
Yeah.
It's part of our mission.
Hmm.
Uh, neither. I mean, me and Alba are always ready for a smile or a laugh. But if this information's coming through, I don't know where it's coming from. I
Yeah.
don't want to be wrong. I saw a couple of days after the session, Avi Loeb, because I'm talking about, and well, I wasn't, but somebody was talking about nickel and cadmium, and I think it was carbon. Well, somebody else in the comments said it was also something else. But then I saw Avi Loeb. He's the big shot that's been on everything. He's the astrophysicist from Harvard. He said, "Oh yeah, it also had cyanide in it." But we're not going to get into that. We're not going to. And the second he said, "That's not," we're not going to go through that. That's not going to happen. I'm thinking, well, then why the hell am I being shown that?
Hmm.
What's that all about?
Because you said Phoenix was going to feel
Yeah.
something
I mean, I
first.
want to be wrong.
Right.
I feel a sense of dread when I watch that and go, oh, that came out of me and that's out there for people to critique and judge me by. I'd rather be judged by my art. I've got a real tough skin when, when people are saying something about my art. I'm like, whatever. But, with this, it's like, this is very personal.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of courage for me to do this.
Hmm.
And take what you will and leave the rest. And we'll see, because I'll look at it. I've been told multiple times, human will, a collective of prayers or light can change the way the earth spins and the stars hanging in the sky. Our goodness is what keeps that. A
Right.
mother's love keeps the stars hanging in the sky. I
Hmm.
was shown and told that. Okay. So you think we're powerful with these frequencies that are shooting out of us. We could choose collectively for this not to happen.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
The experts, they might be real smart, but they're not God. Something divine is happening with this three-eye atlas. It's almost like the Star of Bethlehem, but more. It's been prophesied through multiple faiths for eons. Okay. So, we can say, and then the way that, the powers that be are responding to this whole situation really makes it sketchy.
Right.
So it's up to us. And I mean, this is why the three-eye atlas thing keeps coming through. I'm curious about it, but I'm not curious to the point that I want to be given a message that I got to share with the world, but I'm doing it anyway because I have to step to the side and let my ego take a break while the rest of this stuff is coming out of my mouth. Okay.
Hmm.
But, when I was reading the comments, it was like people were saying, and I discussed it with a couple of girlfriends, and it was like the way it came through, though, with me, it's not going to be like we're going to be hitting the head with rocks. It's going to be a fine dusting. It's going to be a fine tuning. I
Right.
mean, I'm taking bitter apricot seeds. They got cyanide in them. I'm still
True.
here. I've been taking that for 2 years.
Hmm.
Okay. So, got to kind of look at, what the dosage is going to be of this stuff.
Right. Right.
But the way it was put to me, it's not anything to be afraid of. you know.
Yeah, and how you take everything is really important because I saw someone saying like, "Oh my God, I don't like being in all this fear." Well, that's how they see it.
Well, that's your
Okay,
reaction.
that's your reaction. If someone tells me, for example, we're going through a very hard freeze here in Florida.
Hmm.
And if someone tells me the freeze is coming, I know to go out there and protect my plants, my tropical plants, bring them in. I'm taking action because I know something has to be done. I'm
Hmm.
taking care of my pipes, things that I know are coming.
Hmm.
If I didn't know, I everything would just die and I'd say, "Oh my God, why didn't somebody tell me that it was happening so I
Right.
couldn't prepare?" So this is the same thing. We are being shown that things are going to happen and we need to be mentally prepared
Mentally prepared. We
to
don't have to
take
take any
action.
physical action. We don't have to move
No, but
or any
we
of
should
that
be
because,
ready to take
yeah,
action if we
yeah,
need to take
we
action.
need to. Yeah.
And that is coming from the inner knowing. I think it's your intuition. You need to follow your intuition. And that was something that was said either in this video or another, I'm not sure, that we will be told what to do. Our intuition will say, pack your bags and get
Right.
out.
Yeah.
And you need to follow
Or
that.
drop everything and just run. I mean, you
Exactly.
never know what it's going to be.
Right.
But I mean, over and over, it seems like maybe it was over and over in one session. See, because I don't know, but I always know, because I mean, I've thought I need to move to the hills, I need to move to the mountains, I need to get inland, blah, 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 you know.
Yeah.
And here I am in Florida, and we're doing pretty good compared to the rest of the nation ever since I started thinking that. I mean,
Right.
I was grounded, you know. So I've thanked God that I for what I have. I wake up in the morning thanking God for a new day, thanking God
Yeah.
for my home, thanking God for my health and my puppy and my friends and all that. And it's like that's how every day should be, with or without any of this information. You should
Correct.
be grateful for everything. Like I've told people, we're on a rock hurtling through space. And there's other rocks hurtling through space. I mean, this has been going on forever. And it's
Mhm.
like if we bounce off another rock and it's the end of it, that's what we signed up for.
Right.
We're
Right.
only here temporarily anyway. I just keep thinking we should be hanging onto the grass and screaming, "I love you" to everybody all the time, being grateful for everything, for
So,
the experience.
Sabrina, I know that because we discuss a lot of things that people don't hear about, I know that there were a lot of things that were not said
Right.
that you were experiencing. That
Yes.
obviously you're seeing things from much bigger point of view.
Yeah, I'm
What are the
seeing
things
a
that you
bunch of
did not
what?
say? Mm.
Well,
Where do you want to start?
let's start with the Federation thing, the
Mm.
committee from the Galactic Federation. I've
Yeah.
seen those a few times. It's never the same players. It's a different committee for whatever we're addressing.
Hmm.
And this one was just different. There was an air of anticipation. There was an air of excitement, but it was a strange excitement. Not anything I could compare it to. But that that guy that was talking, I mean, the energy was, we, it's time, we're ready. We need everybody needs to. It's almost like this is not a drill, you know.
Mm. Yeah.
This is we have to have our act together right now, kind of thing. It's happening.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm saying,
When you appeared to them, here, let me stop you there. When you appeared to them, were you Sabrina or were you Sananda?
Ananda, no,
Ananda?
no, I wasn't. I was
Okay.
Sabrina. At one point, they were like all excited talking to each other. They never see me. They never see me standing there sticking my head in going, "What y'all doing?"
Okay.
I'm just kind of like, "Hey," on the other side of the veil. And it's like this time, right mid sentence kind of thing, they all stopped
and turned around and looked at me, and it was creepy. I was like, "Ooh, what are they going to do? Are they going to do something to me, or are they going to banish me, or what are
You
they going to do?"
infiltrated their meeting.
Yeah, I interrupted it. I interrupted it, and it was like they all turned around and looked at me, and then I don't remember what, because I was like, "Whoa!" I was wanting to pull back, but somehow we continued it. I don't remember the
Yeah.
details on that, but they've never turned around and looked at me, and that was new. The whole thing was different. It was,
Yeah.
I
But
mean,
but you felt
it was the
positivity.
same. It's like it's almost like, where you do the backdrops on Facebook or on Zoom, where you can do the same. Every time I see them, it looks like they're in the same room, but I know they're not.
That's interesting.
I know they're
It's
not.
it's like
It's
that's
like
your meeting place. That's
yeah, that's
your
their template for how they
interesting.
show up
Wow.
for us when they have a meeting for us.
So the Lego guy, the big block cubey
Yeah,
Lego guy, he was the head of all of them, right?
he was well, no, this is it's like they're a committee. Every person is autonomous and they all have their strengths that they bring to the table. Not one is above it. There's no
Mm,
captain of all of them or anything.
wow. Okay.
It's like a United Nations kind of thing. So you know, they're usually all telepathically on the same page, and they're reporting. They're like, we've got this in order, we've got that in order. They're all bringing to the table what their part is. They're just reporting to each other, and they're gathering for our good. Okay. This one, I mean, other people, I knew it, but I didn't see it. I knew that other people had stated their case. But this guy, he didn't say anything because everything was telepathic, but he opened his mouth and it was this like glitter air plasma something coming out of his mouth. It's like gold is coming out of his mouth.
Uh,
And I knew that, and they were all leaning in. Now this guy was in charge. It wasn't like he's a president or anything, but he was an overseer of multiple planets in the Milky Way.
wow.
Not in our solar system, but in the Milky Way.
Wow.
And he'd been in charge of it. It was almost a godlike position, but I don't want to say that really, because I mean, that could be misconstrued. But he's been an overseer of these planets since like when they were formed.
Wow.
So he had a divine commission. Okay. And, being raised Catholic, you're like, this is really contrary to a lot of,
He's not wearing robes.
no. Well,
Mm.
no, he wasn't wearing robes. And they usually are all, like the first time I saw it was when we were in Peru and we were doing a mass hypnosis. There was a whole, like 40 of us or something like that.
Mm.
And we were all hypnotized. And the first thing I saw was I was going down into this cave, and I walked out of the cave, and there was this pyramid. The cave was real ancient. I mean, it was all mossy and everything. I stepped out of that, and there's the pyramid, and it's polished and shiny. It's not blocky like Giza or whatever. I mean, a smooth surface, polished, the whole thing. And I put my hand up, and all of a sudden I was in it. And then I saw it was like an alabaster table. It was a long oval type table. I didn't see any legs under it. It was a long room. I don't remember any windows. Everything was white and kind of glowy. And there were these very big people sitting all around the table, and they were wearing this armor that was just gorgeous. There's a lot of filigree, gold and silver,
and they had robes it was like robes on top of armor and robes under the armor. I don't know. They had these outfits. And I was like, wow, they're special. These guys are important. And I I did this, and so did a few people that were in the room that day. We came in, we were all wearing like Greco-Roman type outfits. Everybody had like these hairdos with beautiful stuff going on up in here. And we were our best selves. And we were walking up to the back of each of these guys, and we were putting our hands on their shoulders, and they just absorbed us. Like we melted into them, and we're looking out of their eyes.
Wow.
And I was like, oh my God, we're like, it was like spiritual warriors. It was like angel warriors or something. And we'd all known each other forever. And it was the most bizarre because I came to, and a couple of other girls had another version of the same thing, and they were there.
Wow.
And I was like, that took me a minute, you know, to go, what was that? And then it's happened again and again, but it was never like that one. It was like a council of people, and it's like whoever needs to be there, it's always 12 of them, whoever needs to be there for the certain purpose of what we're looking for answers for,
Right.
they're just automatically there. It's like they could be holograms or something. I don't know. But they're different.
So
They're all
you saw
different.
some wispy
I
people.
saw some wispy people.
Would you clarify what that means?
Okay, there were
Wispy people.
two women. And like in the movies where they show wispy people that are ghosts, that's what they look like. They were wispy, like they were like I've seen ghosts like that in New Orleans. They were flying past me, and it was typical, really, what you think a ghost would look like. I
Wow.
mean, most of the, you know, spirits that I see aren't ghosty.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
representing in a certain way, but those people were very. It was like a flimsy, wispy, plasma smoke looking thing because they turn and it would just kind of whoosh around them. And
It's weird.
yeah, they were two ghosty looking people. And there was a little guy, looked like a troll or a hobbit or something. And then there were, uh, I don't know if this was one being or a collective. This was a new one because it was like, if you took, you ever seen that film that you can put on windows and it looks kind of prismatic? You know, it was like these were light beings that were prismatic. It was like an energy going up and down, but it was like a plane to it, like a window paney kind of look to it. And they were communicating. And I mean, it was no body there. It was
Wow.
like some kind of plane of energy, because it was like it could be a couple of window panes or something, but then there were more. I mean, it was real hard to describe. I was like, wow, that's
Crazy.
different. Yeah.
Crazy.
And I come out of it, I go, I can't make that crap up. I mean, I got a good imagination, but that's out there, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, don't think I'm just sitting here going, oh, blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. I know, yeah, window pane people. It's like, no, I mean, I'm sitting here for days going, what was that all about? And then I'm trying to look it up on YouTube like they know.
And they're looking it up on you to see if you know.
I don't know what that is. I
Yeah.
don't know what that is. I'm thinking it's from another dimension or something because what, how do you refer? How do I mean, I'm trying to figure it out.
When you are on that ship, do you feel any type of hesitation? Do you feel any type of fear? Do you feel welcomed?
Yeah,
How do you feel?
I feel like it's not quite like watching a movie. It's like, You're involved, but you're not. It's like watching a play more than a movie. You're more involved.
Observer.
Yeah, you're an observer, but you feel it and see it more,
Okay.
and you feel the reaction of the other people. So
Yeah.
it's not. But I never thought of them turning around and looking at me.
And they did.
Never. And they looked at me it was just the blankest looks, like, and I was like,
But then in the end, I had you interacting with them.
yeah, yeah. And I did? Okay.
Yeah. You don't remember that.
Not really. No.
I had you talking with them. Yeah.
Okay, I have to look at it again. Because, I mean, really, how much can a woman take? It's like, I mean, one section of these videos, and I will be pondering on it and studying on it and getting books on it. And, I mean, I'm researching it going, where did that come from? I mean, it took me years before I figured out that I had a near-death experience. And when I finally met Dr. Raymond Moody, I was giddy. I told him, you saved my life. Your book saved my life.
So let's go to that part now, Sabrina, so that I can, so you can see it and see if you could get any insight while this is happening, okay?
Okay. Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye to the council. If there's anything else they would like to convey, say it now.
Oh, they were looking at me then. They were acknowledging me then.
It's their honor. They're here for us. There's a lot of love coming from that group. A lot of grace.
Grace.
Would you repeat that, please?
Goodness. A lot of grace and goodness coming from them. A lot of, very noble.
Wonderful.
Yeah, that's the word, noble.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's kind of interesting, huh?
Yeah, it is. But yeah, that's the word, noble. They've got
Noble.
a nobility kind of situation going on with all of them. They're very respectable, and they're altruistic, and I don't know, they're the best of what we could be.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They bring that to the table. When you see them, you're like, I'm not worthy, kind of thing. I got a lot of work to do to get to that,
Yeah.
because they're very, noble's a good word. Magnanimous or something.
And there was a point where you saw a lot of ships.
That I did not want to say. I was like, oh crap. Here we go.
Here we are.
Yeah, I mean, they were coming in. It was like some, I think about these movies back in the day, these cheesy sci-fi movies, like War of the Worlds or whatever. There's just a ton of them coming in, but they're all different kinds. And I mean, I don't want to say there's going to be a UFO invasion, but it wasn't an invasion. It was
What did you feel from it? What did you feel they were coming to show themselves for?
Like help is on the way. It was almost like you're in a war zone, not literally, but when here comes the cavalry, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To come and save the day. I mean, it was a welcome but freaky vision,
Yeah. Did you see any beings or just ships?
No, ships. It was just ships.
Just ships.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Butters is,
Oh, he's getting rowdy.
he's getting rowdy. He's getting
He's
hungry.
been good. I tried to take him out before, and he's like,
Hmm.
"No, I'm going to act up."
So, in summary, Sabrina, for everybody who's listening, how would you like to sum it all up?
I'd like to say thank y'all for watching and for supporting Alba, and thank you for all the kind words that y'all, you know, said to me over the last couple years. And you know, I'm just trying to do what God put me on earth to do, and it's not easy, but feel free. You can make comments. You can ask questions because I do look at all the comments, and there's been an awful lot of people friend requesting me on Facebook. And this little boy has been so bored, he hurt his eye. He's had an abrasion on his cornea. So we've both been grounded and can't go anywhere. And he's going stir crazy. So, but during that time, I've been catching up on all the Facebook stuff and working out how I can do sessions.
Hmm.
And I mean, thank y'all for supporting me because I haven't had support my whole life on this.
Yeah.
It blows me away. At first, I was like, "What's wrong with you that you're bullying this crap?" Because I don't know what to think about it, But now I'm like, there's others like me, we're not
Yeah.
alone. Because all of us come to the table going, "I never could talk to anybody about this kind of stuff."
And they're
Listen,
learning from you. They're learning from you that there's another reality out there,
yes,
and it's not a bad reality. It's good if we keep our vibration up. We've got to keep our vibe up
right. That's the
to
whole thing.
create that reality. He's momming you again.
He's momming me.
All right,
He's been
everybody.
so needy.
So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little talk
Thank
that we've
y'all.
had. And
And
yeah,
thank you,
leave.
Alba, because I was talking to Alba, like, I just don't know where to start on all this stuff right now, on my YouTube channel. So she's like, "Well, why don't we just do this together?" It's like, "You're a good friend. Thanks."
Yeah, yeah. So I hope you all got something from it because I talk to her every day and I get the inside scoop, but you don't. And it
Yeah.
was time for you to get that. So thank you for hanging in this until right now. Much love to you all.
Mwah.
Bye-bye.
Thank y'all. Have a
Bye.
great day. Be safe out there.